Okay. This is going to be a demonstration for the oil pastel, three-dimensional shading blending assignment that we're going to work on. So this is going to be the worksheet that you're going to get though, but this is ultimately what you guys will end up doing with your worksheet. So again, we're going to be coloring with the oil pastels, and the main objective of this assignment is you're going to use primarily complementary colors to, create a three-dimensional shape and form with these 3D shapes. So, you may not really think about it like right now though, but when you guys, do your final drawings, let's just say there's like objects, things in the background that you need to color. This will kind of give you a little bit of guidance on like how to go about with creating shape and form with objects and things that you can incorporate in your drawings in the background. So okay, so I'll just kind of go into just a little bit more in detail about like your color choices, how you're gonna go about with coloring this. So um, now the colors got a little wonky, because it's going through like a webcam and then into like the iPad. But basically, the way to kind of create this three-dimensional look with these colors, almost looks like a blue into like a green into like a blue, but there is a little bit of red mixed into it. So now, in order for us to get this look or create shadows within your works of art with color. We're not going to really use, because obviously the first thing you think about is using black to make it darker. There's actually a better color that we can use, and this is called using complementary colors. So if you look at the color wheel, let's just say I was to draw or color in the ball green or the sphere green. So complementary to green is going to be red. So in order to get like that darker shadow, I'm gonna mix in a little bit of red with the green. And then if you want like a little extra brownie points, you can use a little bit of the analogous color. So I did use like a little bit of yellow here, a little bit of blue to kind of get like that nice blend going. And it's gonna give you like a lot of like rich colors. And this is kind of like known as like a split complementary when you do like a blue green, yellow green into like a red. It just uses a lot more vibrant colors. So these same principles follow the same thing. So like this orange, that's complementary to blue. Okay, and I'm using a little bit of split complementary with the yellow and the yellow orange. This is actually really really good for like orange and green if you ever use it. Red, I mainly just did with red and the different values of red. So red is complementary green. So in order to get like that darker shadow, I'm using a little bit of green, and you can kind of guess like how I got the other colors. Yellow was mixed in, purple was mixed in with yellow. Yellow was mixed in with purple, and vice versa. Okay. So I'm just gonna show you guys how to go about with doing that, and then just make sure. I'll probably like leave this color wheel up as you guys are working, so I'm gonna be kind of referring back and forth to this. Okay, so all right, so again, we're gonna be using oil pastels. This will be like the last assignment that we do with the practice blending. So okay, so let's just say I wanted to make like a red sphere, so I'm gonna use the color red here. Real simple. You can just pretty much color the entire thing red. So I'm going in this circular motion. So I'm just gonna color this part red. I'm not pressing too hard. And this should be a little bit easier to blend because this is like a much smaller space that we're working with. I'm gonna leave it white on this particular spot, just because I know this is gonna be like where my lightest light will be. And you want to go on the circular motion. So just keep using the circular motion when using the oil pastels. Kind of think of it as if you're like mixing like a cake batter. Going in this motion is like the easiest way to mix the pastels together. So we have a little bit of the red here. Then we can add a little bit of the green for your shadows. So I'm going lightly with the green too. So when these two colors mix, it's gonna make that red a little bit darker. It's gonna add a little bit of green to it though, but again, we're gonna have to mix those colors more. So you're gonna go into a red, into like the green here. And I'm gonna go back with the red again. So, you know, you really kind of have to go back and forth with like the two colors. So now I'm pressing it a little bit harder. So we can get like that, you know, vibrant, rich red here. And, you know, because we're mixing those two colors now, I'm getting like a darker version of the red. So feel free to just, you know, go red all the way. So that green is going to magically turn into red at this point. And I'm going to go with this green again. So this is kind of typically how you would mix colors or values for color. You always want to use complementary colors. You know, never use black, because the black will really make it look black. So in a way, it'll kill the colors. You know, we could use black for the silhouettes. That's fine when we do your silhouette drawings, but you know, you don't really want to mix it in with your other colors. You know, black's gonna be like that void color. Okay, so see, now I'm building up the color, so I'm gonna press a little bit harder with the red now. You know, I could make it darker if I wanted to, but this is pretty good though. So in essence, so like that green doesn't really look like green anymore. It's pretty much like a gray color at this point. Now, if you want extra brownie points, you know, you can mix in a little bit of the orange to make it a little bit lighter. So this is if you want to use like the split complementary. So you know, we're gonna do like a little bit of the red orange here. Make that part lighter. And yeah, I'm looking at the color wheel here. So going green right here, green, red, opposite colors. A little bit of the red orange for split complementary, and then a little bit of the red violet for the shadows. You can mix in a little bit of this with the darker values. That really give it like that really rich look and colors. Make it more interesting. We'll go a little bit lighter with this orange here. And then, you know, this is like the part I like the most. You can get like the white. Make sure to clean your white with the newspaper. Press really hard with the white. As you know, you really want to get rid of those little spots that you haven't colored in yet. And that'll make it much lighter. Okay, you kind of get the idea though. I could, you know, press this hard, color it all the way. And then, you know, that's how you get like a really nice, really rich colors on there. Okay, so yeah, most of these ones, you know, you can do like that transition of the values here. This one, you know, you have to do like, you know, the lighter value into like that shade. So I do want to mention like how to do the angular colors. These are a little bit treated a little bit differently. You know, you may not really run into this with your drawings, but this is like if you're drawing like buildings or angular pieces though. You know, it is a little bit differently than like what you're doing for the sphere. So for example, this shape right here, you know, you only have really one shape side and highlight, and then the other part's going to be in shadow. So I'll do blue for this one. So we'll like a light blue just to try to change it up a little bit. So this one you can just kind of just color both sides blue. So I'm just going very light with it. So one side's going to be lighter than the other. So I'm just not pressing too hard though. So blue is kind of like one of those funny colors. I wouldn't do like a split complementary with this, because if you do the split complementary of blue, you know, you're gonna have a little bit of like the blue green and then the blue purple, and you know, I always feel like blue mixed in with green looks kind of weird. So you know, you'll kind of like play around with the colors. You know, I do want you to try different color combinations. You know, you'll probably lean more towards other colors than others. Like I feel like yellow, violet doesn't really get you that vibrant colors. So just kind of keep that in mind. So I have a little bit of blue. I'm gonna mix the white in here. Okay, so the white's, you know, really making this side a lot more lighter. So that's pretty simple though. And you know, if you're unsure of like the colors and how it would look, mix them together. You can always go, you know, basically complementary colors. I'm going with this blue here, and you can always go white to make it lighter. Because sometimes we use the complementary to make it lighter, like green to a yellow. May work. Sometimes it looks kind of weird, but we could just do blue, lighter blues, and then the red we're just gonna mix it with you know, your shadows. So this part right here is where I'm gonna mix the orange and the blue together. So you see how it doesn't really look like orange now, it's just like a darker shadow. So it kind of looks like, it looks funny right now, but let me mix in a little bit more of that blue, and then you'll see it's gonna really just show up as like a shadow. So now you may not need to do this for your drawing per se, like the final drawing, but you know, it's just nice to know though. Like in the past, I've done like a project with like fruit drawings. We're not really gonna do it this year though. I don't think it's necessary to learn it, but you know, if you want to like render like realistic fruits, this is kind of what you have to go about with doing to create the shadows. So you see like how it's becoming like a gray now, like a shadow. Okay, so that's gonna create more of like a natural shadow than, you know, going black and gray. You know, yeah, we could just do it as an experiment though if you want to just see how that looks. So, you know, let's just say I was gonna do like this green here. Now I'm gonna mix it in with this black just to see how it looks. All right. So you see how much difference the color is. Oops, I went a little too dark with the black there. You know, you can. It looks kind of the same though, but like having that little bit of orange though, it makes it look more natural. You know, if we're gonna mix this here with the orange, you know, it just looks a little more. It just looks more natural though. But you know, kind of the same, but you know, this black feels like it kills it more. All right. Okay, so you're gonna do it for all the colors. You know, try out some different color combinations, but you know, the main thing is you want to use complementary colors. So usually the common ones are yellow, violet, blue, orange, and red and green. And if you want to do like really complex ones, you can do like a blue, purple, yellow, orange, red, orange, blue, green. So yeah, it's up to you how you want to do it.